Elite 100, good morning. Antonio Garcia here. We're fired up to have you. We are 1 week away from seeing all your beautiful faces in person out there in Chicago. We're really excited about that. We got some great surprises. I know Brian's going to be touching base on those here in a second. We also are going to be introducing some new members. And I'm pretty fired up. And in terms of wins, I want to jump right into that, see what you guys have. I hear some rumblings of some really good stuff happening. Who wants to kick us off? Brian, let's go.
Yeah, honestly, guys, some of you attended last night's ceremony there on the Mindset Masters, and just warmed my heart to see people from all four groups pouring out to a community member that was tragically taken from us, and that was a huge win. It's one thing to be in a mastermind and be in business; it's another thing to build a global family of people that actually give a shit about each other. So that just warmed my heart. That was my win for the week.
That's a good one. Yes.
Not worth it.
Yeah. Is there anybody else? Anyone else has a great win? That's an awesome one. Trey, I heard you got some good stuff going. I know. I'm just throwing you on blast. I'm just doing it.
You're good.
Tyler's got his hand up.
We are celebrating because we have 4 kids, a 12-year-old daughter, an 11-year-old son, a 9-year-old son, and a 6-year-old son. And the 6-year-old just went to school for the very first time this morning. So it's the first time in really over 12 years that my wife is experiencing silence. So she doesn't know what to do with herself right now. It's a really big win.
I love that, man. That's awesome. Tyler, how you doing?
Everything's great, living the dream, can't complain. So I got a offer on one of my buildings that I bought like 10 months ago. I went through, I stabilized it. So we just signed the contract to sell it. So that's super exciting.
Amazing, dude. Awesome win. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, it never gets old, huh?
I mean, dude, like it's sick. I bought it for 1.2. I probably invested 50K. I held it for 10 months and I just signed an offer at 1,875. So
hey, awesome. I love it. Dave, how you doing? Good to see you.
Man, congratulations, Tyler. It's awesome.
Thank you.
2 big wins for me. I just got done doing my master NLP speaking mastery level 2. I literally spent 50 hours putting all of my 20 years of NLP hypnosis into my 3-day event, which freaking crushed it. And then I'm launching my speaker launch event. I got hooked up with an amazing studio where I'm going to get all the speakers signs done, their order forms done, their video, their pictures, everything done for them. So that's 2 big wins.
That's awesome, man. I love it. That's incredible to condense down all that information into just a few hours. I bet it was just getting baptized with some amazing info to really.
Dude. Well, here's the thing, like if you study the fighters, they spend their whole years getting ready to fight, but they only have like 4 moves. Their 4 go-to moves that win them the championship. What I decided to do is, if you don't have to spend 20 years learning NLP and hypnosis, I broke it down to what are the key things that they can do from speaking to crush it. And that's what we drilled it.
I love it, man. Awesome. Great wins. Brian, if you could throw up the mastermind principles, and guys, when you get a chance, have your cameras on. It's always great to see your beautiful faces. I'm wondering if Eric, if it's not too much trouble, if you can lead us in the mastermind principles.
Which one?
Which Eric?
Who spoke first?
The handsome one.
Galixin, could you do it?
I can. I'm on my phone here. Let's see if I can. Actually, I can't even zoom. Oh, there we go. Okay, give me a little grace here because I'm having to move it around. Mastermind principles. Begin every mastermind meeting. Okay, I release myself to the mastermind because I am strong when I have others to help me. I believe the intelligence of the mastermind creates a wisdom far beyond my own. I understand that I will more easily create positive results in life when I am open to looking at myself, my problems, and my opportunities from another's point of view. I decide to release my desire totally in trust to the mastermind, and I'm open to accepting new possibilities. I forgive myself for mistakes I've made. I also forgive others. Move forward, move into the future. I ask the mastermind to hear what I really want, goals, my dreams, and my desires, and I hear my mastermind partner. I know that the working power of the mastermind will respond to my every need, and I am grateful knowing this is so. Here we go. Dedication to covenant. I now have a covenant in which it is agreed that the mastermind shall supply me with an abundance of all things necessary to live a success-filled and happy life. I dedicate myself to be of maximum service to the world and to my fellow human beings, to live in a manner that will set the highest example for others to follow, and to remain an open channel of God's will. I go forth with a spirit of enthusiasm, excitement, and expectancy.
Hey, well done. So you
Thank
kind of cut up a little bit, but even when that was going on, like I can still hear the words. I can still hear everything was going on. So perfect. Brian, let's take it away. Bringing Brian Dalmazo on board, and we're going to button this thing up. Awesome.
Awesome. Yeah, we got the robotic version of the mastermind principles there. It's pretty funny. Guys, I'm super excited for next week. Those of you that have not been to a live event, to say that they're life-changing is an understatement. I'm looking at like Greg and Eric and some of the people that have been with us since the beginning. The first time we had one of these was just very surreal, because I think we had met for like a year and a half on Zoom before we had the first one. And then people were just like, it was a hug fest. I mean, everybody's just hugging each other and loving on each other. And then, interacting, networking, just really, really amazing. So I'm excited for those of you that have not been to one. It's unlike any other mastermind I've ever been to. It's absolutely awesome. On a side note, if you get the chance to go see the Sounds of Freedom movie, if you haven't seen that, before our elite retreat this weekend, highly, highly, highly recommend it, guys. It's you'll understand when you go to see it. It's about it's kind of, well, it's a movie based on documentaries, but based on Tim Ballard and his mission globally to end child slavery and child trafficking. So it's very, very high impact, and we have a surprise at the live event in Chicago that's going to kind of compound off that. So can't say enough about going to see Sounds of Freedom and what that'll do for your lives and stuff. At the retreat, we're going to be launching some really cool things. We're going to give you guys all the enhancements about where the Elite 100 is going globally. I've been working with my main man, Ivan Ans, to build us to Inc. 500, and working with Maddie, and we're going to be bringing this thing global. So this community here in the not too distant future, probably in 2024, we're going to start having access to other communities around the world. So we'll be talking more about that. And then we're also going to be talking about at the event, the real estate syndicate, the Elite 100 real estate syndicate. We had an initial meeting on that, very surface level, putting it together. We may even have a deal on the table by then. So we'll see what we can do, we can pull off. So super excited about that stuff. And just really excited to where the matrix is going, where the Elite 100 is going. So today, in preparation for the live event, I want to break everybody out and do one last session on accountability and goals, because it's a couple of weeks ago we got on, and it was apparent to me that some of us might have either lost track of our goal and not really had it solidified, or whatever that is. And I was kind of surprised, to be honest with you. It's one thing at some of our lower level, in thinking results, people take some time to set goals, but having a chief definite aim, waking up in the morning and just knowing like this is where I'm going, I think is a core principle of the elite. So I want to break you guys out today so we can work on that. And again, if you're new to this, or if you haven't done it before, you're really just going to be in groups of like 5 or 6 people. Each person goes around, state what your goal is, what your chief definite aim is. If you don't have it, you can work on it a little bit. And then the other people in the group, if you have any ideas to help the other members get towards their goal, either a connection, advice, sending some love, whatever that is. So we've got a lot of really, really good feedback when we do these sessions about breaking you guys out into accountability. And the other thing that's really cool that was a side effect is you guys just getting to know each other much more intimately in groups of 4 or 5, right? When we have, 25, 30 people on here, it's, Ara, is that tequila? Would you just swill back there? We got a big bottle of clear tequila. It helps you guys connect. What's that? Yeah, I am jealous. There's going to be a tequila shortage coming up. Do you guys read that? The agave harvests in Mexico are being threatened. So stock up on tequila. So yeah, this accountability, like we kind of came up with it maybe a month ago or 6 or 8 weeks, and you guys loved it so much. So I'm going to break you guys out for the majority of the session here. Again, just go around table, talk about your goals, talk about how you can help each other. If you need help with your goals, people in the group will help you. And we'll bring you guys back maybe 10 minutes and chat a little bit about that, and just kind of recap about any last things heading into the event. The other thing is by the end of the week, you guys will have the agenda, be a digital agenda that's coming. Super excited for that. So don't worry if you don't have the agenda yet, it will be coming. All right, so let me break us out here, and we'll get into some goal setting and accountability. Just bear with me for a second. All right, see you guys soon.
Interesting and fun when you can, read a book in 2 weeks.
Have you been able to like retain the information in the same?
Way more. Yeah. So like, this is not just reading, like you take notes a certain way, you draw lines through the page, you're reading a certain way and taking notes. So like I put my notes folder in my phone. For every book that I read, I have notes. So I have notes on every chapter. So my phone is very valuable. It's got like 40 books in it right now, and each one's got all the chapters. It's like an extreme Cliff Notes version.
Oh, wow.
So then I go back every time when I'm done reading and I study what I just read again for a few moments, and then you speak it out loud too. So that helps you remember as well. So if you can teach something, you obviously know something. So yeah, no, it's helped me a ton.
For everyone joining, what was the name of that again?
The course?
Yeah.
It was a speed reading course by Jim Quick, and his last name it's really his last name, Kwik.
That's awesome. Maybe that's something we can chat about at the live event. I caught the end of that, but Michael, you and I have talked about that before. I think that might be spend 5 or 10 minutes at the live event chatting about that.
You guys have all listened to Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Successful People, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he says sharpen the saw.
Yeah.
Literally taking a speed reading course is sharpening the saw better than any other metaphor I could ever think of. I mean, everything you do now, if you can do it twice as fast and retain the information, you're making leapfrogs over, time and everybody else,
Sure.
going forward at anything you do. So it's fun, doing things twice as fast. So
You talking about Limitless?
it's cool if anyone's interested. Limitless is the book. The course was like $100 on his website, and it's a little more in depth that you follow along. It's 21 days, 10 minutes every day, and then you read 10 minutes a day. So very easy.
I love that stuff.
Love it.
Yeah.
I need to get a referral link.
Yeah.
I've sent it to like 20 people.
100%. Awesome, everybody. Well, hopefully you get some good tidbits and nuggets. I wanted to do this one last time before the live event. We're going to dig in deeper at the event itself, working on the not just your goals, your chief definite aim, your purpose, but also getting into the feeling of the wish fulfilled, right? The frequency of the goal achieved. So that's why I wanted to do this one more time. I know we had a great session. Hopefully you guys did too. Dave, you got a question or comment?
Yeah, for those of you that want to do the cold plunge, me and Gregory, we're trying to set up a place in a system where we can do that. So if anybody's interested, just reach out to us so we can do it. What time do you know what time we're going to be roughly starting in the morning and ending?
Yeah, I think breakfast is at 8. We have a surprise thing to do in the morning too that you guys will see, but we'll get the agenda out this week.
Okay, cool. So we'll create maybe a after or something.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
can go plunge. Okay.
I think there's, right, isn't there one morning where we're starting a little later?
Yeah, we'll get the agenda out. I want to, we'll get it out for sure.
Awesome.
We'll figure it out. Yeah, there'll be time before or after something for sure. Yeah, cool. Awesome, everybody. Well, the next time we see each other, it's going to be at the event. Looking forward to seeing you.
Brian, so is there a Zoom next Tuesday or no?
No, No, there
Gotcha.
will not be, yeah, not for the elite. We're doing Monday sessions. But we'll be preparing and heading out and stuff. So we'll
Cool.
see you guys at the event. All right. So until then, guys, be well. God bless. Looking forward to giving each and every one of you a big fat hug. Don't freak out when I do it.
Safe travels, guys. Safe travels. Safe
Yeah.
travels.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bingo! Bingo!
Yeah.